People now are living in urban areas. We are totally disconnected from nature, and we need to reconnect. I focused my work on bottlenose dolphins' behaviors in the context of their interactions with the scuba diving tourism. You have different kinds of tourisms here, but dolphin-human interactions are mainly taking place in scuba diving tourism activities. And among all the wild animals targeted by this type of tourism, we have some iconic species. From the mid-90s, let's say, some dolphins became more habituated to the presence of divers. Lots of whale watching activities, including dolphin watching activities, focused their popularity on these tolerant individuals. We have about 30 dolphins living around here, and there are 4 to 5 which are really tolerant to humans. In Rangiroa, for example, which is important to say, all the tourist activities are really focusing actually on 4 to 5 individual dolphins. In 2007, one of the scuba divers who had been diving here for a long time and trying to attract the dolphins, he could. Then this individual, this female dolphin, she's Nikki, she's still here today. She probably enjoyed this physical contact because dolphins are also tactile animals.
Of course, yeah.
And she came back. And some divers decided to attract the dolphins. There were also people, they thought, oh, there is probably money to make with this, as the dolphins are increasingly tolerant to humans. It's illegal to modify protected species behaviors, but it's a little confusing, and it's very easy to interpret these regulations subjectively, because from one part, well, it's nice, huh? I think it's nice to have regulations, it's very important, it's nice, but from one part we have part of the regulation which says that it's prohibited to modify wildlife behavior, protected species behaviors. And about dolphins specifically, there is another part of the regulations that say that you can't attract the animals, but and you have to remain at least 30 meters from them, except if the animals willingly reduce the distance between them and you. Actually, scuba divers and most instructors, they are still encouraging dolphins to come close. Huh? It's a evolving process, you know. It's still, they are maintaining of the situation. Huh? The best here in Rangiroa, from my viewpoint, would have to stop when the dolphins were just habituated to human presence. Okay, it's nice because we can get into the water, see the dolphins behaving naturally in presence of humans, but without interrupting or intrusively coming into their life. And it's my best dolphin sightings here actually were not those where I saw like 10 divers gathering around the dolphins. You can't see the dolphin anymore, you know. It's like, oh, they're all dropping down with the dolphin. It's totally crazy. The best sightings I did were when the dolphins were interacting with each other, and all these observations we can do with habituated animals without going too far into their limits, you know, into their individual limits, were really nice. The instructors, for example, they have lots of arguments, you know. It's what we call sophism. These arguments sounds true, but they are not. Actually, captivity is not the best solution, but touching wild dolphins is not the best. It's not the best solution. Neither, you know. 3, 5, or 10 divers swimming after a dolphin, grabbing a dolphin, you know, because that's what we see here. The instructors are grabbing the dolphin's flukes, and you can't favor this. It's totally incoherent for me, you know. There is something. Yes, but they are wild. They choose to come to us. They are not held captive. Yes, but we as humans, we may have more distance with what's going on. You know, the dolphins, these young dolphins, they are flexible, behaviorally speaking. They are trying their environment. You know, they don't know what can happen after that. Maybe they will get too close to boats, be injured by propellers, get too close to fishing gear, be entangled in fishing gear. We should know this, you know, and we should know that we are invited in this environment. We will do with wild animals things we won't do with other humans. A job to be done by the authorities to not only implement regulations, which is good, but also to enforce them. If tour operators and authorities are not convinced and motivated to implement these solutions, it won't work.
It only works when you really reach the divers who come here, the instructors, which is really difficult because they are adults. It's really difficult to change the mind. Yeah, and also, as I said, a healthy dolphin population that is not disturbed and who will come back for the next 100 years will bring money to the locals here, and to it's better like that to put something into place now than to wait 20 years and wait until more boats come, until 5 more dive centers open, and then maybe in the end we have no
and more accidents.